Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Nina CRISCUOLO. Another violent day in central Indiana. Police are looking for a suspect in a second deadly shooting happening today. They say they found a man shot several times on Leslie Avenue near 38th and Arlington Avenue. Police found the man shot outside near his car. Police have not released any suspect information, but neighbors say they heard a car leaving the scene. If you have any information on that shooting, call police. Police have arrested a teenager in connection to the deadly shooting this morning in Beech Grove. Police say a 16-year-old boy was arrested in his uncle's murder. They say 28-year-old Devon Ford was killed inside his apartment around 10:30 on Diplomat Court. Family members tell Wish TV Ford's nephew lived with him in the apartment. Police have not identified the suspect, but say he has been preliminarily charged with murder. Ford's uncle talked to us at the scene and says the violence needs to stop.
People get shot, nobody wants to say anything, so it shouldn't have happened. It's going to keep happening until somebody set a real example.
We will continue to update you on that case as more details become available. It's these shootings and others leaving many people in the city grieving. It has become a common issue for families here. How to deal with that grief is what community leaders on the east side are discussing today. News 8's Sierra HIGNITE joins us now with the mission behind the conversation. Sierra?
Yeah, Nina, so today was actually the second grief session that's been held by the Far East Side Community Council that specifically focuses on dealing with grief. And while the timing comes directly after the quadruple homicide, leaders say this conversation was needed well before that incident.
Community leaders wanted to create a place where people can come together, talk, support each other, and share resources during a difficult time for many within the East Side community.
It's not feeling like we have a chance to breathe, like we literally don't have a chance to just stop and love each other, stop and talk to each other, stop and share with each other.
The cafe held 2 grief counseling sessions just after 4 young people were killed. But Samantha Douglas tells News 8 that the meetings were about more than that one incident.
When you dig deeper, you know we're a community that's hurting, and somehow violence has become acceptable in our behavior, in our minds, and our mindsets.
The first meeting focused on those who are grieving a loved one, while Sunday's meeting focused on more service providers who help those who are mourning.
We talked about, I have a birthday on Monday, and I feel guilty celebrating my birthday because of the people that aren't here. Those are the kind of feelings that service providers we have.
Douglas says there's a big hurdle that her community has to figure out how to get over before they'll be able to move in a positive direction.
Trust. Our community has experienced a lot of broken promises. We've experienced a lot of people taking advantage of our pain. Over the years in the past, this has created a distrust.
She says the idea that violence is a reasonable response has to end.
We know for a fact hurt people hurt people. These kind of shootings and stuff, we like to say it's your drugs, it's this, it's that, but really it's conflicts.
While the quadruple homicide has put a larger focus on violence for many people, the hope is that the call for change will continue until that change actually happens.
I hope that it keeps people's attention, that these 4 babies didn't die in vain, that we get in our hearts and our souls and our spirit that we want to get up as a community and really combat this together.
Well, today was the last scheduled grief session at Cafe. There are resources available at this time for those who are looking for help. Now, you can find a list of those resources on our website. That's wishtv.com. Reporting, I'm Sierra HIGNITE, Wish TV, News 8.